Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Brunch. Did we do this? I think we did this last week. Last week was a blur. Did we? I don't even. I don't remember. I don't know. I feel like I had to no, we didn't, right? I was upstate. So we did not do Brunch. It's been 2 weeks since we did Brunch. I am excited. It is the last day of TB. This is the last productive day of Conquest for me. I finished most of it yesterday. I got all of the crazy stuff out of the way. Some of you out there doing your 100 refreshes and your 200 refreshes and whatever else you're doing. I don't deal with that shit. Daniel Limestone, good morning, guys. I know, it's a long time. I was up in Saratoga. It was my sister's birthday on Friday. And that's like a 4-hour or so drive away. So I got to see her. We went to a brewery. I got to see my brother, my 3 nieces. Well, actually my 2 nieces, because my oldest niece, who's 17, she decided to go to some party, and I saw her for all of 2 minutes. Which is, I don't know, probably for the best, because she's mean. Still love her, though. So we're doing brunch today. We got exciting stuff coming up a little bit later today after I go to the movies. Let's kind of get this show on the road, shall we? Let's get through and try to race through everything that needs to get done, needs to be gotten done, that we need to get done. Nothing of interest. I haven't done these fleet events in forever. Like, none of them. Even like Executrix and all of the easy ones. I just don't even bother with them anymore. First world problem, obviously. I could use the shard chop currency, but you can see, like, with my ally points, I have 400,000 of them. I have to remember to hot utils them later today. And then we have my birthday is in 2 weeks, and it's literally on Sunday. So I do have plans that day, obviously, but gotta have some fun brunch events for that day. And whatever, we got TB to do. We gotta get stuff going. We're at about 10 minutes, right? Okay, let's see how the guild is doing. It looks like they are once again slacking on these platoons. They never seem to get them done. They hate me. They want me to have to deal with yelling at them. Kessel, Mandalore, and okay, these ones look done. So let's start this off right. Let's get these fleet points, or try to get these fleet points. This battle is sometimes a and let's try to get these points. So Limestone, we have spruced up the coffee today. Again, there's a little bit of whiskey in here. Cheers. I'm going to see Borderlands. I know it's going to be bad. I knew it was going to be bad from the first trailer. I love everybody in this movie, but it was completely and terribly miscast. So I have gone in from the beginning knowing this movie was going to be terrible. And it's just worse than I could ever possibly imagine. I was hoping for it so bad it's good. It doesn't look like it's going to be that way, so I'm starting a little bit early today. Oof. I don't think my wife... Oh, man, I hit the wrong one. I don't think my wife is happy to be seeing this after she saw that Rotten Tomato score, but I went to go see It Ends With Us yesterday with her, so she's just going to have to deal with it. I watched her movie. She's got to watch my movie. I know it's going to be terrible. Like, I know that. I recognize that. I still have to see it. And again, it doesn't cost me anything extra, right? I pay for the A-list. So for me, seeing this movie, the way I see it is, it's either I'm going to enjoy it or I'm going to take a nap, and either way, I win. So I'm okay with either outcome. Is 32 stars one of the major stepping stones? I don't know why 32 stars stands out to me. I know 35 stars is the R9 stepping stone. Yeah, I've lost this battle. I really hate it. I so much. It had a chance to do that, and it doesn't look like that's what's going to happen with it. I mean, it's on 10% on Rotten Tomatoes, it's so terribly miscast in my opinion that I just do not see a world in which it hits so bad it's good territory. I love Jack Black. He was not right for Claptrap. I hate when they take animated things that have voice actors and they just throw in big names for no reason. Are you referring to my stream itself back an hour? Here's what I've done. Originally, I had literally 0 mid-roll ads. 0. Nothing at all. I did opt to put ads in, but at the absolute bottom of the slider. So the average is about 3 to 5 minutes of ads per hour. I have it literally set to 1 minute of ads an hour, which actually screws me over because it lowers the... you go from like 60% ad revenue to 30% ad revenue. But I don't care. I want to keep it. I don't want things to be intrusive. No, I saw that trailer and I was like, this voice doesn't sound like what Claptrap should sound like. It sounds like they took Jack Black's voice and then just like added like an auto-tune on top of it. And it's really weird to me. And Tiny Tina, like, I love the actress. I think it's Greenblatt. I always confuse Goldblatt and Greenblatt, but Tiny Tina's supposed to be unhinged. And I don't get unhinged from the trailers, and I'm assuming I'm not going to get unhinged in the movie. And what... fucking Kevin Hart, like, that's not... I love Kevin Hart. I really do. He's very funny, but it's just not the right role for him. Oh, I mean, for me, I'm going to be honest, I don't watch a lot of Twitch, which I know is not couth for me to say. And whenever I do collabs with people on Twitch, I feel bad because I join their Twitch stream and then people gift subs to people and then I end up getting those gifted subs. So I don't watch a ton of ads. Portugal is it's Portuguese. Why? Fucking idiot. I'm a dumbass. Borderlands, with its beautiful 10% on Rotten Tomato, I'm pumped. I know that it was in like development hell for a very long time, and they've been trying for like 10 years to get this movie going, and I don't know. Like I saw this morning that it got 4%. No, it got 4 million on opening day. It got almost nothing on opening day, which is really funny to me. Yeah, on YouTube. So the nice thing with YouTube is I can choose when to run mid-roll ads, and obviously I only run mid-roll ads on YouTube when I take a break. Right? You guys notice that I do that. Right? If I jump out for 2 minutes to go to the bathroom, I can click a button and I can run an ad during that time. It gives me a little bit more control. on YouTube to do that, to again be as unintrusive as possible. What the fuck? There we go. Knee, I would say, honestly, don't see the movie. It's going to be terrible, but there's really not much story. It's not like a story-driven game. You wouldn't be missing anything. I don't think you'd really be ruining anything by seeing the movie if it were a good movie. No, so Knee, I was like, what I was thinking about the language, and then I was like, I'm a dumbass because Portuguese. I know where Portugal is, but in my defense, it's 7:50 in the morning, and I'm just drinking my coffee now. So I see my buddy Moonborn jumped in here. Hi, Moon. Is Mrs. Moon there? Hi, Mrs. Moon. And Baby Moon. Oh, that's a cute name. Baby Moon. Yeah, I mean, I obviously didn't see the movie yet. I'm going to see it today, but it's supposed to be just awful. Just the worst. So I would safely say probably skip the movie. And judging by Wolf, yeah, the only Portuguese I know is what I learned at the Brazilian steakhouses with the card. So like, obrigado. That's it. I can tell you that you're a smart cat. No, I can tell you you're a fat cat in Korean, if that means anything. I want one of them. My neighbor just got a pool moon, like a real pool. He told me I could jump in whenever. I didn't have to ask him, but I still feel weird about doing that. Yes. It's the little country where they speak Brazilian. You stupid, ignorant American, Moonborn. These damn Germans, they're infiltrating every aspect of my life. I was talking to Moon yesterday. I was saying, Moonborn's from Germany, and once he joined my guild, like 4 other guys from Germany joined my guild, and then I started playing this stupid Clash of Clans clone game, and of course, somehow I got roped into being in charge of diplomacy for my guild, and I'm dealing with people from German guilds, and why? Like, why is it always German? Oh, come on, man. I gotta go into Twitch now, and aren't some of you like Twitch mods? Does that ever work? These stupid bots, like, it must, right? If they keep doing it. Oh, whoever got rid of that for me, thank you. Ah, there he is. just logged into Twitch, and I was like, oh. You know, the more and more I go on like Reddit or anywhere else, I'm like, oh man, dead internet theory is totally accurate. Like I could be an AI for all you guys know, right? Like who knows, man? Like I'm nobody. I'm just in front of a screen. I got my whole rundown on Borderlands. There's nothing that you have said there can I contradict, like at all in regards to that movie. Um, so when we talk about when we talk about like TB and TB getting easier, I think a lot of TB getting easier for us as a guild comes down to management, right? And the way that we manage it. And we do, of course, have our share of mistakes as a guild and where people screw up and we have to fix it. But the way that we set our goals and the way that we manage TB makes it a little bit less time intensive, where there is an expectation from people that they need to get their things done. And basically that means, and I did a video on this, on the communication, but basically it means that once a TB wave starts, I send a message with the goals for TB for that day and the order in which to do things. Well, TB for me starts at 1 p.m., so obviously ends at 1 p.m. So the first day at 1 p.m., I let everyone do their own thing, but with the goals intact. About 6 hours later, my guy who does my platoons, he will start sending out platoon messages to people who haven't platooned yet. And he has a spreadsheet of that to make his life easier. And then the next morning, so at about 6 a.m., when I wake up, I don't wake up for the game, I just wake up that early. So about 6 a.m., so roughly 7 hours before phase ends, I will send a TB reminder to everybody. I actually forgot to send it this morning, so I'm going to need to do that right after I do my TB. And I try to send that message every hour and a half, right? And it's just an auto hot utils message that gets sent that reminds everybody that hasn't done their stuff yet to get their stuff in. But people that do become a problem, we remove them, we get rid of them. There's somebody that we are removing today that's been a problem for a very long time, you know, and I try to be preemptive about recruiting as best as possible, because for every weed in the bunch, it causes more weeds to pop up, right? Because as one person gets lazy, a bunch of other people see that, and then they start to get lazy too. And as much as I hate doing it, it really sucks when we have to do things like that. But the reality is that, you know, my job is to make sure everybody gets the best rewards possible. Yeah, I mean, hot utils makes my life a lot easier. I don't pay for it. My guild leader pays for it. And he was thinking about getting rid of it, and I said, listen, man, like, you do what you want. It's your money, obviously. I'm never gonna tell you to spend your money or not, but just keep in mind that those calls that I do in the morning, they take me 15 minutes per call without hot utils, and they take me 30 seconds with hot utils. And I don't, with my schoolwork and my school load and my teaching, I don't know if I'll have time to commit to that with the way the TB is now. So he's kept it for now because I make his life a lot easier so that he doesn't have to do those things. So it's tough because for me, the way that I recruit has changed significantly in the last 2 years. I will 100% tell you that I have no problem poaching people. I'm as respectful as I can be when I poach people. I haven't had to poach anybody in like over a year, but I do it in the best way that I can. I send one reach out message in game saying, hey, this is what I can offer you, message me on Discord. If they ignore me, which is 80% of people, then I do not message them again, and I put them on a list, and I make sure I do not reach out to them again for at least another 6 months to a year. If they do message me and say, hey, I'm good, I don't push it. I say, hey man, best of luck. I'm happy you're happy with your guild. Before I started doing video stuff, I was already getting a lot of attention on Reddit. So in the last year, I just put that I'm recruiting somebody in my Reddit tagline. I say, hey, recruiting, this is what we offer. In my little tagline, really quick, it says, this many stars, this much raid, message me. And now people reach out to me more often than not. And that's the exception, not the rule. My Discord has a recruiting area, and people do use that often. I personally have never found those areas to be as effective in helping me to find people. As for, me, it's the same thing. When I recruit people, I have a conversation with them. I send them a copy paste of my expectations, just as like a rip the Band-Aid off thing. And then afterwards I say, hey, like, what do you got for me? Like, what are your questions? What are your expectations? Like, what are you doing with this? Like, this is how we treat things. And I just always try to find people who are roughly, on the same page as us. Recruitment officer sucks. Like, being a recruitment officer really, really, really sucks. I really hate doing it, but it's such a hard job, and so many people are not good at it that I feel like I have to do it because I'm the only one that knows how to in my guild. And Daniel, yeah, I saw that. A few people messaged me and told me that he did that. And I really appreciate when people reach out to me and tell me when Arnold uses my stuff. I just like seeing it and keeping track of it. Because sometimes he like misquotes me. I don't generally watch him, so I'll go and like watch that segment just to make sure that he's saying what if he's agreeing with me, that he's interpreting what I'm saying correctly. I'm also, I was toying with this. I want to do a Tales off the Holotable with Arnold. It has been my 2024 goal. So I was thinking about doing a like 2-minute video and getting people to share it around. And I know he's aware of me. I know he's aware that I want to do this, but I want to like get people in the community talking about it, and hopefully that'll help. I would love to. That was my 2024 like bucket list goal, is to get that hour interview. In terms of GLs, I have a set list of requirements and they're not hard requirements. So roughly my requirements are 11 million GP, 7 to 8 GL, 2 to 3 GL ships, Zepho Mandalore active, and 5 million damage in the raid. And I don't need everyone to meet every single one of those requirements. So like the guy that I'm bringing in today does not meet all of those requirements, but the requirements that he does meet, he exceeds enough that I'm happy. At my level, at 583 million GP, it's kind of, there's an expectation that everybody's going to have 7 or 8 GL. And having those 7 or 8 GL is just a factor of like good time management at this level. When I see people that have 10 to 11 million GL or GP and they only have 5 GL, I wonder, like, are you working your roster correctly? So when people, excuse me, cat, please do not touch, don't touch my cables. Don't do that. What are you gonna do? It's brunch time. Okay. So I do look at everybody, and I make judgment calls on everything. But at my guild level, amount of GLs is just, I'm surprised when I see less than like 7. It's so rare. Let's do Galactic Republic. My cat has been fed. She's a little fatty. She was fed already. We have 2 cats. One is very fat and one is very anxious. Yeah. That would be a great episode, me and the cat. I honestly, I don't even look at mods. I don't even look at mods when I recruit people. I don't look at their mod score. I don't even care. I trust, but again, when you're in the mid level, when you're in the mid game, Knights of Knee, you're gonna have more differential between people. When everyone you're looking at has 10 to 11 million GP, you might have the best mods in the world, but at that level, almost everybody knows how to mod. So it's not something that I have to deal with or worry about as much as other people do. Even with roster reviews, I barely look through mods unless there's something amiss. Like, why aren't you doing this event? Like, why can't you do this event? You should be able to do this event. And in those cases, I'll look at mods. And I don't remember who said it. Was it you, Daniel, before? Let me see, because you said something I wanted to respond to. I think you did. My entire life goal of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes is to be able to play the whole game on auto. It's the egg strat. Man, I obviously it's my strat. I agree with you, and the reason I agree with you is that I don't have a lot of time, right? It's the summer, so I have a ton of time right now as a teacher. But during the school year, I wake up at 5:45. I might film a video at 5:45. Well, no, I'll only really film a morning video if I wake up early by accident. And then I take a shower. I do maybe a Duolingo or 2, and then I drive to work, right? And then I might not get home until 7 or 8 o'clock at night. So I try to get as much done as I possibly can in the game during my lunch hour, during like a math test in class. I even, sometimes on the way home from work, I will set up a fleet battle before I leave, and I'll just put it in my cup holder, and drive, right? And I don't play the game. I'm not like looking at the game. I just put it on auto, because even the Leviathan mirror, I can auto. So I will do that just so that when I get home, I can run my one more battle. It'll be enough time, and I can just be done with my fleet climb and not have to worry about it. Yeah, we have a few alts. Sometimes we have like 2 or 3 alts. They're not in guild right now. But we have alts where if somebody leaves unexpectedly, it's very rare that somebody leaves unexpectedly. But somebody leaves unexpectedly, I'll bring in an alt for a few weeks. And for the same thing, they're just designed as guild players. We don't get as much deployment out of them, but we get a lot of platoon work out of them. The nice thing about an alt, especially if it's designed for your guild, is that it's going to have a lot of operations characters. It's going to have a lot of characters that other people don't want to have. So that can be really advantageous. But like when you're talking about a 5.9 million account that's not an alt, that account might not be as willing to like R9 this, R8 this, because they're crap. But I tell people in streams all the time, like you can really punch up your guild just by being ready for those events. My goodness, am I going to lose this? That would be a first. God. While you build the wall, watch it. I don't use it for a lot of CMs. I do use it. Obviously, I'm using here Mandalore. It works really well for the most part in the fleet CMs. The ones that don't require extra ships. I haven't experimented. I think day 1 it works really well too. Day 6 neutral it works really well. This is Mandalore. It works really well. The truth is that the neutral CMs are really easy, the fleet ones, so it's not really necessary, and then it can't be used on light side, and the dark side ones are hard no matter what. As far as Cat R9, I'm not mad about it. I know some people are. I know like more mid-game players are upset about it. Here's the reality, and I said this once they told us snips at R9. Ahsoka is not intended for the earlier GL grind, right? Jabba was really newer player friendly. Leia was not as newer player friendly, but was still very newer player friendly. They are very strongly signaling that Ahsoka is not intended for the newer player. Everything that they have done has basically suggested, like, if you are newer, you should not like go for this character. I don't have a problem with it. It to me is an easy, like, this is fine. I already have mine at R8. Anybody in the mid-late to late game has her at R7 already. She already needs 2 R9s. Yeah. Well, Slasher, the way that they set up these farms, Great Mothers is for Balin, and if you've noticed, they did an Ahsoka requirement, then a Balin requirement, an Ahsoka requirement, a Balin requirement, right? So they've been going back and forth on them. So we kind of knew Enoch was going to be next, right? Um, Actually, now that I think about it, no. Now that I think about it, it should have been Great Mothers this week. Interesting. I don't know. Yeah, well, no, you're right. I sometimes you just got to talk things out. And I was like, wait, you're 100% right there. I guess they just want to get Ahsoka out a little bit faster. I don't know. As I say it out loud, I'm like, wait, no, it should have been that. Um, I think Great Mothers is going to be a marquee. There's no way. They don't have time to make it not a marquee. I'm pretty sure that in-game notice, I don't know if the in-game notice is, right, because the information they gave us was so scattered. Yeah, the in-game notice isn't there anymore. I'm pretty sure that they said Morgan and Great Mothers was going to be a marquee. I don't see how it can even be a legendary character, and it can't be a conquest character. Yes, Asajj, Knight, Dark Trooper, Peridea, and Enoch. Right? Can't be a conquest character because we have Ezra coming up. Well, they said that they want that squad to be on the power level as Gungans, right? That's what they said. And that's fine. And we look at Gungans as being this amazing, amazing squad, but you have to remember, number one, we have a Datacron, and number two, they're new, so people didn't know how to beat them yet. And that's what always happens in the beginning when characters are new. People throw shit at the walls and they go, "Oh, this didn't win. Oh, this didn't win." They are still a very strong squad. But now that people are understanding how to beat them, they're not as difficult, which is going to bring them down to like a B+ squad once that Datacron is gone. And when we say power level, what are we talking about? Are we talking about a 3 Omicron power level? Or are we talking about a no Omicron power level? They always say things, at a very specific way so that we don't have... They are clear about that. They are 100% clear about that. But I don't think Gungans are as strong as people think that they are. Well, they're clear on their definitions of characters. They're not clear on their definitions of full squads. That's just how it is, right? I understand what you're talking about. We talk about, what is it? GL plus Conquest, GL, Conquest character, Epic Confrontation, Journey, Legendary, and then Marquee as a character. Yes, that came over. They did their post a while ago. That was when Cat came out. I remember that post very specifically because they... I've quoted it many, many, many times on... Oh, thank God. I have quoted it many, many, many times on Reddit. And the other thing that we don't know about the... goodness, my chat does not go this fast normally. That's true, Wolf, but you also have to remember that when we were doing testing of Gungans before Jar Jar, four-man Gungan squads were beating Gas. And Gas is an epic confrontation character, right? So not everything exists in a vacuum like that, right? And Bane +1 is still beating some GL, even without Datacrons. Right? So as much as we would love to have this tiering structure that is always, always, always correct, it's not always correct because of the way that counters work. Right? We're still seeing Bane sometimes beating Leia. Not all the time. Sometimes beating Leia. Sometimes beating Rey. Even without that Datacron. That's two characters. One of them is an epic. One of them is a conquest. Yeah, well, maybe we'll do that today. I would say, I don't know. I've already bet one R9 with Scribe. I would be very close to betting another shit R9 against the Great Mothers being a marquee. I just don't see a timeline where it even works for them not to be a marquee, right? We have a GL coming out, we have Balin's Skull coming out, we know Great Mothers is going to be a requirement for Balin's Skull, we know that GL Ahsoka is coming out within this year, we know that the next Conquest character is going to be Ezra, which takes the next 3 months. I don't see a world in which Great Mothers is not a marquee. I think it's reaching a little bit, and I wish that newsletter was still in game, but it is not. Right? I did that reimagined Road Ahead, and that pulled all of the sources, but it was also written in my own words, so it would be really hard for me to even use that as a thing. I will concede to you that it is not 100%. That I will concede. I would be surprised. I would say, in my head, based on the information that we have, 5% chance that Great Mothers is not a marquee. That would be my belief. Let's do that. They did say that Mothers is a requirement for Balin, but that doesn't mean it can't be a legendary. Right? They didn't say that it can't be a legendary. I'm pretty sure that the in-game newsletter said marquee, but I can't check it anymore. I'm like looking on Google right now to see if I can find that news, like a screenshot of that newsletter. Is this it? Ooh, maybe. Let's see. Did I find a screenshot? Oh, I think the screenshot was deleted. It's hazy. That is... Ooh, wait. Maybe. Let's see. Each marquee. So what I will say is I'm looking at the newsletter right now, and it does not specifically quote any character names. It just says Ahsoka with plenty of exciting releases over the coming months, including Imperial Remnants, Night Sisters, a new mercenary tag, and Ahsoka's own new squad. Each marquee released will be required for either the epic confrontation Baylan Skull or for the pinnacle piece of content Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano. These requirements will be announced both through their newsletter as well as in the journey guide, starting with Night Trooper. So that does not confirm Great Mothers as a marquee. Okay, so I will give you that, but it doesn't mention any other events, and it does specifically mention multiple Night Sisters and just marquees. So the thing with patterns, Bakanawa, is I used to try to track patterns for GLs, and the patterns consistently change. GLs used to be 1 to 2 marquees, now they're 3 to 4 marquees. GLs started with being full faction, now they're all over the place. GLs started with the only Relic 7 requirements, now we're going up to like Relic 9 requirements. GLs would have like all full light side or dark side except for 1 requirement, now that has nothing to do with that. Epic confrontations used to require, what was it, like 8 to 10 characters. The last epic confrontation required 4 characters. One of the things that was big about epic confrontations was the stupid get one thing where you had to farm them afterwards. The new one does not require that. So I try not to deal with the patterns of release cadence anymore. Because every time I lock something down, I go, oh, it doesn't make sense anymore. All right, let's see what I have to do here. Now 250 million, last 495. This has to go to 250. I don't really want this to go to 495 because we have plenty of battles here. Let's see. We have 275 left. So let's make this for 80 million. Let's make this. We're still missing 1. Who the hell is missing? Cup and Trench still. Somebody's not pulling their weight there. This can go to 495. That's fine. Okay. What we're going to do is go to Discord. We're going to pop in over here. TB General. Oh, he already got on that. Oh, I love Q. Look at this. Let's finish this TB strong so Eggs won't have to stress while he's doing his brunch broadcast. Was literally just about to tag people. Thanks, fam. Yeah, no, look, Wolf, I actually appreciate, the counter argument because I feel the same way as you in most things where it's just like, hey, let's think about the worst case scenario and let's talk about that other possibility. So I do appreciate the counterpoint, right? That, more than anything else, I want to just say is like a big thing. I looked at the newsletter. There is nothing that explicitly says Great Mothers is a marquee character. Unless, let me just check their road ahead before we do Conquest. Though, is their road ahead really that reliable? Let's Let's see. Where are my sources? We do interpret the parallel relationship of theorems around them with their own set of strength. We were very certain. Yeah, I mean, I guess they technically don't call them marquees, so I do, I'll give Karth that, man. They do not explicitly say the word marquee at all. Yeah. In school, you'd be like, all right, this half of the class has to, like, be on the Axis side, and this half of the class is the Allies, and who's right in World War II? I had to do that. I get it. Yes, every unlock has been a 7-star unlock in the last couple of years. People really hated the old epic confrontation way. That does not mean that it's not going to be that way, except for fleets. Fleets have always been 4-star unlocks. But it's just something to keep in mind. All right, so we are going to do Conquest. I'm going to refill my coffee really quick, and then we will see what we can get done of Conquest. So I will be right back. Ooh, you guys are a lively bunch today. I love it. All right, before we do Conquest, what do we see? Is there a clear tiering structure? There is a clear tiering structure. It's just not, there's gray area. It's not always accurate. And as I was upstairs, one thing that I did remember and I kind of thought about was that when they released, god damn it, Kunked, when they released the tiering structure, which came at the during the cat conquest, right? Datacrons didn't exist, and Omicrons didn't exist. They did say that Omicrons were generally intended to lift characters up by like one tiering structure, just as like a general aside. But it's just something to keep in mind. And for the most part, it is semi-accurate, but it is a little bit of a gray area. Light side bundles, I haven't really looked into a cadence on them, but what I would say is people should not expect to be getting constant GLs from them. I think that first pack of GLs with SLKR and Ray was like the faucet, like getting people really pumped, and they've been really starting to focus on core teams. But if we notice it, and Lightspeed bundles, thank you. If we notice it, a lot of those bundles do involve content that either was announced or is going to be announced relatively shortly, right? So a lot of those Lightspeed bundles do involve things that are coming up. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're always going to involve things coming up. So I don't know, if we look at it, what was it? It was like November was the first one. And then I think maybe about a month or two later, we got Best Garmando, the Best Garmando one. I'd say like every 2 to 3 months without really looking into the math on it. How hot do I prefer my coffee? It depends on how I'm drinking my coffee. If I'm drinking it at home, I generally drink it black and very hot, just because it's going to cool off really fast in a container like this. If I am drinking it on the go, if I am going to work and it's in a thermos that's going to keep it hot, I will typically, put a little bit of milk in there just to cool it down just a little bit. The Night Sisters one and the Great Mothers, Gas and Ahsoka. The Separatists and the Raid. Luminara was announced after the Raid, obviously, but I think before the characters were brought in, or before we really knew what was going on with it. But one thing we have to remember is their development cycle is fairly large, right? It's not like they go, oh, well, they released Gas 2 months before this. Things are in development for like a year plus, right? They could probably tell you, if they wanted to, what the next GL is after Ahsoka right now. They could probably tell you the next one after that, if we're like completely honest. They probably have 2025 completely planned out at this point. That does not mean that they won't make pivots and change things, but as an overall. Limestone, listen, man, you do those hundreds all you want. I only do my 50s. That's it. No hundreds in Egnards world, right? I reached what I wanted to reach yesterday, which was where I don't have to do any more progression battles. I'm just doing, whatever these extra battles are. I don't remember if I did this last time. I hate defeat enemies with Scout Trooper. Wolfie, I believe it's Thrawn too. I actually made multiple posts around the time of Jabba's release that basically said, hey, it's going to be one more GL and then it's going to be Ahsoka Thrawn. I'm super pumped for that. As for what's the most important Zeta for Jedi Master Luke, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't fucking know. I understand that Lightspeed bundles and newer players and trying to catch up to things, it's really, really tough. I've never been in a position... Why did I get out of that? I've never been in a position where I've had to worry about Zetas for a GL. I've always gotten them all right off of the bat. Alright, so we got to get some Han kills in here. See what we can do. Alright, we could do that here. That shouldn't be too hard. Jedi. Do that. We'll do you. We'll do Revan, and we will do Han. Where is Han? Rebels. Yes. In 6 years, Baroness. In 6 years, you will get that. You will get that. that set of Lightspeed bundles. A character I'm really hoping for is Eli Vanto, the Thrawn lifter from the canon Thrawn. I really liked that character in the books, so I would love to see that as a Conquest character at some point. Ooh, gross. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Honestly, Wolf, I've never considered that, but it's a really good thought, and I never would have even thought about that. How that kind of slowed things down for them with new content. Like, I'm sure they have characters in their back pocket that they can say, oh, well, we'll just do this character and like it's fine. But I've never even thought to think about how a writer's strike could affect a game like this. I get that, man. I do. I really do. And I know, having played for a much longer amount of time and without breaks, that obviously I'm in a different position from you, but because I've never had to deal with that, it's really hard for me to talk about, like, hey, what is the most important one? Because I've never been in a situation where I've had to do that. I'm in a situation where I'm literally just randomly zetaing crappy zetas just to get them all. And now the release cadence has made that really hard for me to do lately, because the release cadence means that I have to zeta new things. But for the most part, I've done like 15 I've done like 15 shit zetas in the last couple of months. Just like the worst possible zetas. I went down the list of ones that I was still missing and just said, all right, we're going to do them. Rebel, good morning. And yeah, I was surprised. I thought everybody... I guess I'm not surprised. Our Discord community is still very new. It's only been around since about February. But I put out that video expecting maybe a couple more people would use it. Our Discord saw almost 200 new joins just from that video, like within 24 hours of that video, which is kind of crazy. And I love that it's getting use. I love that people are finding it useful. Bit Dynasty submitted stuff to the library. He submitted a bunch of stuff. I still have to add some of it because he put so many videos, and I'm like, this is gonna take me forever. Oh God. I don't care if I win this battle. It doesn't matter, but still. Still would be nice too. I think that the waves that a person does depends on more than just how many GLs that person has. It depends on a lot of things. I know guilds that are... I'm just putting on... I don't care if I lose. there are guilds at the higher end in like the 500 million where it's mostly deploys. At my level, I do about, even with testing new teams, I do about 110 waves in a TB. You know, I think obviously GLs are really great at the waves, and if you think about it, each GL for the most part can win a battle in each wave. So if you think about each GL, you should be able to get at least 2 waves per GL per day for the most part. So if you have, you know, 6 GL times 2, that's 12, times 6, just on that alone, you should be able to get whatever, the 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72-ish waves. So like between 50 and 72 waves, because not every battle is 2 waves, and if you're going higher than R7 battles, you just might not have the stuff available to you. Hey, Tiny Bubbles, how is House of the Hut? I hate these battles where I know I'm going to lose and I can't just get out of them. I wish I could just get out of it, but then I don't get my Han kills. And obviously those Han kills are very important. I didn't know that you were in House of the Hut, Baroness. I don't keep track of everybody's guild. I just know Tiny Bubbles is in House of the Hut because every time he asks the 3 scoundrels a question, he goes, "Hey there, guys, Tiny Bubbles here from House of the Hut." That is quite literally the only reason why I know is that guild. Alright, well I got my Han kills. That's all that's important. Nice, congrats. What do I still need? I know my Separatist can do this. Yeah, our raid actually just started yesterday. We might be able to do like 1 or 2 of my raid runs before I have to go. Our raid just started yesterday. And I'm hoping that we will hit that next box in the next raid cycle or 2. It's a great trend, man. I found, like, at first it was like, okay, this is just you telling people who you are. But now it's like such a thing on their Discord, and I absolutely love it. It's such an interesting community. I have all of Jar Jar's Omicrons. I have every Omicron for that team except for that stupid GC Omicron, which I will not get. And I, obviously, other than that GC Omicron, I do find use for them. In TB, Gungans just smack down so hard. Because of that Omicron. Man, by the time Gustavo, man, you probably need, by the time you get there, you'll probably need 9 more GL. Alright, I did that. I Did that. What do I need here? Rebel. I need one more Rebel win. I still have to do Shield Up, which is interesting. Alright, so we will... Let's throw CLS here. Everybody wants to join Egnards Guild, except when I'm recruiting. When I'm recruiting, nobody wants to join. When I'm recruiting, everybody's like, fuck that guy. I love the team. Honestly, you know, when it comes to TW, I use my Merin team to take out the Droideka Omicron. When it comes to GAC, I use it to two-shot Jabba. When it comes to TB, they can auto in every phase that I try them in. So they save me a lot of time, and they are often featured in Conquest. So I really, really do love that Merin team. I'm a strong proponent. They're like my GOAT non-GL team. I haven't said anything about drinking today, Limestone. You brought up drinking earlier on. You specifically said that, ooh, right, I forgot that these guys do all that stuff. You specifically asked me about my drink. Tiny Bubbles. I do refresher roster reviews, but again, I do them all through Discord, right? So I do in that Discord area. You just post the thing there, and I do them. Did I even get shield? Did Phalanx even get a turn? I forgot that I needed that. He didn't even get a fucking turn. I gotta pay attention to these things. A role model for who? I am a role model for doing not shitty in this game. Here we go. You don't actually, if you're just planning to do it for the assault battle, I'll tell you, you know, Fat Phil sent me a video. He showed me that he was able to do Secrets and Shadows at CT3 with the only relic on the team being Oldaka, you know. But again, I do really like the team. I'm a big fan of the team. If Bones is your role model on how to play this game, then, you know, you don't bitch as much as Bones does. So I don't know if that's true. Usually, I do it pretty much every Sunday, Bubbles. You know, during the week, because it's summer, I've been doing some streams. God damn it. Well, actually, I don't need to win as long as I get Phalanx a turn. Tomorrow, we're doing... I haven't decided what game yet, but we're going to do a sponsored stream to try to raise money for my PC. So I can get a nice PC for, like, real streaming. And you can support that through Discord and signing up for notifications on that. But, tomorrow I won't be doing roster reviews, but I will be doing a live stream in the morning. I just haven't decided on the game yet. There we go. Egnards needs a gaming PC that's not 12 years old. Yeah, we're skipping Stap because I just don't want to do it. what do we need here? Phoenix units, Master Qui-Gon. Okay, that's not that bad. Well, I'm not really getting there yet. This will be my first one, and I want to be done with them by the end of the summer because I just don't want to deal with. I don't really want to do sponsored shit. That's not Egnards bread and butter. But if I need a new PC, I don't want to pay for it. I don't want to be like, hey guys, you should pay for it. I would just rather some stupid gaming company to pay for it. Yeah, my gaming PC I built, or I had built, and it was a bang for your buck gaming PC. I'm not somebody that spends $3,000 on a PC. Even when I was a big PC gamer, I was a bang for your buck. Like, find something that'll do really well for cheap. I probably built that PC when I was still living with my roommate. And we've been in this house for a year. I was in my apartment so it's probably about 11 years, 11 to 12 years old, yeah. Cap and I agree on a lot of things. I'm a proponent of R9ing them, not R9ing them at 6 million. R7 at 6 million. I don't like to look at GP thresholds. Oh, I used fucking Poncho Brothers. Why didn't you guys warn me? Oh my god. I needed to use the Qui-Gon. Like a dummy. Man. I think that it more depends on the things that you have in your account. I would say that if you have Jabba in your account, then Poncho Brothers to R7 is not a bad idea. I do think Jabba is a more important modifier. For me, you want the ROI of the early assault battles, the easy assault battles is really, really important. Oh, nice. And so for me, I look to like getting JML and Jabba, and once you have those, you're in a pretty good position to do more things that are I don't want to say for fun in this regard, but like smaller ROI. In that way, I would say if you have those things, then it's probably worth it, at least at R7. Look at this Moonborn guy popping in graphics to get Arnold to do Tales off the Hollow Table. Yeah, I did Master Qui-Gon to R9. I did Padawan to R9. I mean, I don't regret it. Obviously, I'm in a different part of the game than a lot of people. I personally think that it is worth it once you get to a certain point. What is this one? Veers in your squad. Yeah, let's do that. Ba-da-da-da-da. Can I get a turn, please? We're actually just going to burn you down because I know that you're going to keep getting your taunt. You starting a new account because you... Man, if I lost an account, I would be done. Telling you that right now. I would be so gone. There, that's 2 Phoenix. Well, the nice thing about their events is that because you get shards for them specifically, you know, if you get them to like, what is it? Is it 5 stars? You will be able to passively farm them. Oh, that sucks, dude. I would never play the game again. I'd be like, no, I'm gone. I'm done. That would almost be a blessing to me, honestly, if that ever happened. Before I do any other battles, on Discord now, okay, our friend, our graphics guru, who has now done graphics for myself, has done graphics for Fat Phil, has done graphics for Scribe. This is obviously stretched at the moment, but let's make this happen. Let's do this, guys. It's right there, everywhere. Have it happen. We want to see the real Arnold. Let's fucking go. Let's see. All right, we did all of those. We got to get Veers in a squad, right? Does Veers have to survive? I don't think Veers has to survive. No, he just has to be in the squad. Okay, so we'll do... that. I need you to stop, Savage. I need you to just let me kill you. There we go. Thank you, Savage, for paying attention. For hearing me. You guys all suddenly got quiet. Everybody was so loud. Ba-da-da-da. That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, well, 172, it depends on your guild, obviously. For us, I'd be like, oh wow, 172 have already done their stuff. That's great. Alright, I need more cal kills. Obviously, I don't do that one, so I need cal kills. Oh, actually, I need to do this first. I hate being an officer. It is the worst. I wouldn't wish it on my greatest enemy. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to do that battle. Right, Stark is the non-leader. Yep. I will never, that's just something I'll never be able to get, is which one of them is not the leader. Veer Stark, it's just never going to happen. I would get it wrong every single time. Knew that was going to happen. Yeah, what happens is if you do that, I found out, Knight, is that I used to let people, like, I'm like, all right, we're done for the day. But then what happens is that if you do that, then then people wait longer. They go, oh, if I wait longer, then I won't have to do my TB stuff. So I used to be easy on people, and now even if we finish the phase, I'm still tagging people because I just don't want that. I've learned that the hard way. Nice. All right, that saved me a battle. So that's beautiful. I am happy about that. Gives me 29 more points. 15, that gives me 25. So I do need to do a little bit of cleaning. Let's see, where have I missed points? So we do need to clean up a little. That's okay, because I do need kills with Cal. Get all this shit out of the way. Oh my, and those are the people that I get rid of. You know, the guy today that I'm getting rid of, he always, if he even does deploy, it's in the last 5 minutes. And that's such a waste of my time, because what people don't understand, and for those of you that are in guild, well, you're all probably in guilds, but for those of you that are in guilds and that do that, the thing that you need to understand is that if you don't deploy, I have to sit at my phone, checking my phone every 5 minutes for the next 3 hours. And it's such an unfair waste of my time. I hate it so much. It pisses me off so much. And it's even worse when I look at the in-game like activity thing and I see that those people have been online in the last couple of hours. Because even just deploying changes the game so much. No, so the problem with, you know, Imperial Remnants, and I'll show you my Imperial Remnants, are shit. I don't use them at all. You know, he's obviously not taking Gideon because they very specifically like call out against him. I think it's in Peridia's kit. Yeah, get your free energy and then go deploy, you know? Like, just do it. Make it easy for everybody. I hate when people do that so much. And I'll sit there on the couch, like, trying to watch a show with my wife, and I'm like, come on, guys, like, I just don't want... Oh, I could probably do that. Ugh, gross. Without using Jedi, Sith, or unaligned Force users. Don't actually know if this is going to work, but let's do it. Gone. Oh, PC client. Yeah, like, you know what's funny about that, Alex, is like, some people are like, oh, you gotta wait for platoons. when you're in a higher guild, you don't really even need to wait for platoons in most phases. And I have it outlined. Like, do your platoons, do your battles, you know, finish your deploy. Like, you do not have to wait. There is no waiting in my guild. You can get it all done right away if you want. And during the school year, I get it all done right away, except for my deploy. I hold my deploy on purpose, but that's me as an officer doing that, you know. All right, we are gonna hold this energy for my separatist battles later. I do not have a ton of time, so let's at the very least have some Gungan fun. We love our Gungans in the raid. They are a beautiful, beautiful guided auto that makes your life so much easier. Hey Axis, good morning. Oh man, you tell I did not sleep well last night. To me, you know, I get that people have different jobs than I do, and we have a global guild, so there are people all over the world. I don't prioritize the game. But when you've been playing the game for this long, 7-8 years, you kind of get into habits. So for me, I know TB starts at 1, right? And that means I'm going to check in if I can, and 90% of the time I can, right at 1 really quickly. Or I'm going to check in right at 3, which is, you know, when I get that next break after that. And some people just go through life just by the seat of their pants with no thought to like scheduling or idea or anything. And I don't know. I don't think I've missed dailies ever. Not on my wedding day, I didn't, because I was up early. Not during my bachelor party, I did. Like, it's. And I get emergencies come up. I obviously 100% understand that, but it's always the same people. Yeah, but you know, hey, 5 p.m. Right? Like, you know that. You're like, all right, 5 p.m. is that time. And that's for you. The same thing for me, really. I get off my break, my lunch ends at like 12:36 most years. And I say most years because as a teacher, my schedule changes a little bit. But I will queue up my day tag, my day message at 12:30. And it'll be in Discord, and then right at 1 p.m., I just hit send on it. And then I go back to work. Takes me 20 seconds. Yeah, like I get that. I have guys that are asleep at that 1 p.m. We have guys in, you know, like Moon is in Germany. We have a bunch of people in Germany. We have a guy in France. We have a few people in the Caribbean area. I think we might have an Australian guy. So I mean, I understand time zones. My students are in 4th and 5th grade, so I don't even know if they know what ROI means. So basically, my students are bones. And we love Bones. Bones is a good friend. I don't intend to disparage him. He's one of my favorite people. I call him my work mistress. My swoga mistress. Yeah, I don't know how people get through their day without planning shit, man. Limestone, like... Or like nobody takes a bathroom break. Come on. Wow. We have not gotten a charged wave on one of these yet. I love my Gungans. I love them so. My little Gungan children. Oh, what does my TB guy want? Just got notice that somebody did not pay attention to their platoons that they platoon literally every single fucking month at R9. So now we can't finish our R9 platoons. So annoying. Question is, did I use gas? Can I R9 gas? Ugh, don't want to. Oh, these fucking people. It was gas. It was an easy. It was an easy R9, but like, do your platoons first. Do all the platoons first. Let's see. Is this going to screw us up? That is the question. We have 250 million. We need 30. We need 140, so it's 170. We need 30, so that's 200. Oh my God. Still waiting on these. I hate these fucking people sometimes, I swear. And cup and trench. Like, fucking do it. Why? We shouldn't have to worry about these things. Why can't people just be functioning members of this fucking guild? Why? Let's see. Do I have gas even of, can I bring him to R9? Do I want to bring to R9? Like, this is the problem. Like, I don't want to spend fucking crystals bringing this stupid fucking character to R9 for people. Blue gas. Pain in my ass. This is the Egnards experience. This is what Egnards has to deal with pretty much every week. Is just people doing things incorrectly and then me having to fix their mistakes. I'm not fixing this mistake though. I don't care enough. I've fixed enough of people's mistake. So Limestone, that actually happened to me about 2 months ago. One of our guys did screw up. He like used his wicket or something, and he forgot about it, or he deployed somewhere without platooning it. So then I did my I did wicket to R8 just to help him out, and he sent me a pack. There was no reason for him to. He's a great guild member otherwise. He just happened to make a mistake. He's always on top of things otherwise. I did it. I platooned it. I said, don't worry about it. I got you. And 10 minutes later, I had a $10 crystal pack in my inbox, which was very nice of him, but wasn't necessary. It's not something he had to do. All right, so I got to go get ready to see this movie. It's going to be a shit show. Super pumped to either really hate it or to just take a nap because I don't sleep enough as it is. Once again, I do have some bonus stuff coming up later today that you'll find out about later today. Moonborn did that Tales off the Holotables graphic on Discord to get Arnold to do it. Guys, like, share it. Put it everywhere. Send it to Arnold. Like, I don't fucking care. I want it everywhere. No, Deadpool 3 was great. It was hilarious. Love it. No spoilers. Just funny all around. Borderlands. Borderlands is awful. It has a 10% on Rotten Tomato. It is going to be terrible. But I do have to see it. Going today to the big mall by the house because the mall is mainly closed on Sundays. So it'll be pretty quiet, and maybe we'll go to like Cheesecake Factory and have a few drinks beforehand. Well, no, it's too early. They won't serve us alcohol on a Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning. But that is it for today. We're doing our sponsor streams tomorrow, maybe throughout the next week, and Sunday is brunch, right? So I'll see you guys for brunch next week. I will leave you with